Good day everyone, I'm Jerome Cicalonia and today I will be discussing about the Filipino traits. But first, I'll be mentioning our members: Leader Calonia Jerome C, Babas Patricia Joy T, Narvaez June Dale P, Engyo Jaser John N, Riazon J M, Gantang Abigail C, Bantawi Talha A. Now, I'll be discussing first positive traits. So here are the list of 12 positive traits. First, trustworthy. Second, understanding. Third, family oriented. 4, friendly. 5, hardworking. 6, honest. 7, religious. 8, respectful. 9, cleanliness. 10, joyful. 11, gratefulness. And 12, helpfulness. So the first Filipino positive character trait that we have is trustworthy. Trustworthy is someone who is honest, who can be entrusted with your secrets or with anything else of importance. An example of trustworthy is the person who are keeping your secrets from others. Next trait. These traits have been used by many Filipino. They understand each other, that's why we tend to be forgivable despite circumstances. Understanding person has the ability to know how others are feeling and can forgive them if they do something wrong. Next, Filipinos have been family-oriented since. It is one of the most proud trait Filipino that we have. The general definition of family-oriented means that a person puts their family and loved ones at the core of their priorities. Family-oriented people tend to focus on family values, draw strength from their family, lean on family in decision-making processes, and put the needs of the family ahead of their own. Next, Filipino are so friendly, that's why some of us have a lot of friends. The definition of friendly is someone or something exhibiting the characteristics of a friend, such as being kind, helpful, or affectionate. An example of a friendly gesture is smiling, waving, and saying hello. An example of friendly person is someone who is always kind. The next is hardworking. Hardworking, it is a description of a person that is diligent at compelling and completing a task. A person who holds down 2 jobs to work his way through college is an example of someone who would be described as hardworking. So the next one, honest. If you describe someone as honest, you mean that they always tell the truth and they do not try to deceive people or break the law. I know that she's honest and reliable. The synonyms are trustworthy, decent, upright, reliable. More synonyms are honest. The next one is the Filipino people are known for their strong religious faith. Even in the midst of most trying moments of their collective history, their faith remains steadfast. They always pray before meal to thank God. Next, respect. This is often observed not just by younger people but also by people of all ages. In the Philippines, respect for one's elder is a tradition. Like pagmamano, it is another way of showing respect to elders when greeting them. This is done by putting their elder's hand on their forehead. Next one, cleanliness. It is the quality or state of being clean, the practice of keeping oneself or one's surrounding clean. Though a stale remark, it can hardly be said too often that personal cleanliness is one of the necessary agents to health. Someone who's joyful is very happy. A joyful child will laugh with delight. When you experience the feeling of joy, you are joyful. Next, they have the gift of enjoying and valuing what they have, which makes them rewarding friends and companions. They tend to be happy even receiving little things and appreciate it. And it is being grateful. Next one, if you describe someone as helpful, you mean that they help you in some way, such as doing part of your job for you or by giving you advice or information. We are done with the 12 positive characteristics of a Filipino or Filipino trait. The next one is negative trait, which is first, childish, second, paranoid, third, proneness to borrow money, fourth, rule breaker, 5, pessimistic, 6, laziness, 7, alcoholic, 8, gossiping, 9, selfishness, 10, onion skin, 11, manana habit, and 12, tardiness or Filipino time. So, if an adult is a childish, they behave badly in a way that would be expected of a child. Some Filipino is called immature because of their actions. The next one is paranoid. Paranoid is a person thinking and feeling like being threatened in some way, even if there is no evidence or very little evidence that you are. Paranoid thoughts can also be described as delusions. There are a lot of different kinds of threat you might be scared and worried about. The next one, as we know, Filipinos tend to borrow money. That's why they're saying, hindi ka tao kung wala kang utang. Filipinos are prone of borrowing money, and that's one of their negative traits. The next one, Filipinos have been called matigas ang ulo because they tend to break rules even if there is a sign already. They still do it. Just like disobedience to simple rules and instructions, some Filipinos, despite of understanding of the purpose of laws and ordinances, have inability to observe and follow. Consequently, crime, victimization, and accident rate in the Philippines are constantly rising, poverty is getting more rampant, and lifestyle development is relaxed. The next one, being pessimistic, that means that you tend to see the worst part of things or think the worst will happen. A pessimistic person is one who is often seen as lacking hope and joy and is marked by disbelief or distrust. Basically, to be pessimistic means expecting the worst in all situations. The next one, this word refer to people who are not willing to work or use any effort to do something. The most common word for this is lazy. Lazy is a disapproving word and implies that you could work if you wanted to. Next one, it is one of the most negative about the Filipino trait, an alcoholic. It is someone who cannot stop drinking large amount of alcohol even when this is making them ill. Next one, gossiping. Filipinos are fond of talking about others' business. It is not true that only women are into gossiping. Even men can also be nosy on other people's lives. Secrets are brought out, failures and flaws are emphasized, and relationships are destroyed. Worse, as gossips are passed around, they tend to be twisted until the final story becomes too far from the original, thus causing more damage. Next one is selfishness. Most Filipino are insensitive that the needs and situations of others. This could be an outcome of having too many problems that Filipinos are facing, and the tendency is to focus on their own need first before others. Next, Filipinos are nicest and kindest people in the world, but they tend to have onion skin. Filipino pride is easily hurt, and the reaction is not always rational. Next one, manana habit or procrastination. True-blooded Filipino have the attitude of causing delays in accomplishing things or making transactions. When not interested or not in the mood, they wait or reserve until tomorrow or the next day to finish what they are doing or meeting their transactions. Next, only in Philippines that we have the so-called Filipino time, but not exactly referring to the Philippine Standard Time. But then again, we use it to refer to the tardiness of the persons that we are waiting or who keeps on coming late to set time schedule of events. Instead of being something to be proud of, Filipino time brings a negative impression to our people. When the invitation says the program will start at 7 p.m., it is expected to begin at 9 p.m. Thanks for listening and good luck.